of weird. I feel like back in the day there was a lot more sedans out there than there were coupes in the legend cars. Only 3 sedans out there tonight.
Yeah, you're right about that, as Keith Clement and Kevin Travels set the pace. Pace car makes a hard left into the infield. Green flag flies, and we are underway racing legend style here at the All-American Speedway. 2 wide as the 8 car of Kevin Clement battling with Kevin Travels. Travels takes the lead, brings the field in through 3 and 4.
Yep, Kevin Travels traveling right to the front of the field. He'll lead on lap number 1. Second spot's the number 7 car. That's Nick Halen. He moves into P2 side by side for third between the 5 car, Pete Soto, and the 8 of Keith Clement. Here comes the pass for the lead now.
Yeah, the number 7 car, Nick Halen, looks to the inside through 3 and 4. Kevin Travels, Nick Halen with a battle, and that is going to bring us across the stripe with a new leader, Nick Halen, in the 7, top of the board. Looks like we got a spinner and a yellow.
Yep, caution's out. The 18, I believe it looks like. That's J.K. Kinney that goes around at the back of the field, and as Steven just said behind us, sounds like that we'll revert back 1 lap, so your leader should be the 37 of Kevin Travels, because we go back a lap when the caution comes out there.
Yeah, that may negate that lead. You're right, Chase Rodman. Interesting factoid that was just presented to me. Nick Halen won back here in August at the All-American Speedway, and he's got some speed in that number 7 car, surging to the front of the pack. But again, we're going to see if he's going to be able to retain that lead. We do know, however, that he does have the speed maybe to get it back should he move back out of that lead.
Yeah, I'm curious to know if there's any sort of relation between Nick Halen and anybody from Van Halen back in the day. A little bit of a, maybe something deep down in the roots there.
Well, there's a parallel. They're both rocking and rolling, and right now Nick Halen is rocking and rolling on the inside of the front row. He's got Kevin Travels in the 37T to his high side. Pete Soto, Keith Clement, Josh Fleming making up your top 5 as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing, 4 laps knocked off of the board, 31 to go, Chase.
Yep, looks like hopefully we go green next time by, and that is the case. You see there, once again, Kenny Newberry up on the flag stand showing them the signal that we will go green next time by off turn 4. It is the 7 of Halen and the 37T of Kevin Travels, and it's Pete Soto, Keith Clement, and it's going to be Josh Fleming and Scott Sable, the first 3 rows here. Still 31 laps to go. We've got 4 down here, Nate. Here comes that pace car pulling off the racetrack, and we are back to green. There it is.
And we are back. Nick Halen on the inside. Kevin Travels working the top shelf as they get through 1 and 2. We got almost sideways and a good save by the 8 machine of Clement, but Clement is going to get freight trained by the field.
Yeah, there was no almost sideways about it right there, Nate. He was the whole variety pack of sideways right there in turn number 2. Able to hang on to it, but falls all the way back to about the 6th spot. We got a good battle going on for second right now.
Yeah, the number 5, Pete Soto, he's to the inside of the 37T of Travels. 2 by 2, side by side out of turn 4. Nick Halen's the leader as the number 5 of Pete Soto takes that 2 spot away.
Yep, here comes the battle for third now. Here comes the 14 of Josh Fleming. He got a little bit sideways off turn 2 right there. Lost some ground to that 37 of Kevin Travels. He maintains the 3rd spot. Fleming 4th, and in 5th right now is the 21 of Pete Pierce.
Single file is the field in behind your leader, Nick Halen, and Halen is starting to gap them back to the 2 spot of Pete Soto as the pack rolls at a turn 4, coming across the stripe. 7 make that 8 laps down in this 35-lapper.
That time by Nick Halen was faster in the field by 0.4 of a second. So it seems like Halen is kind of in his own zip code, and everybody else is nose to tail from 2nd through about the 8th spot right now.
Yeah, Nick Halen is kind of on cruise control here at the All-American Speedway on a NASCAR K&N Pro Series West night. Kevin Travels is in the 3rd spot, but he's being challenged right now by that 14 car of Josh Fleming.
Yep, Josh Fleming doing a great job trying to put some pressure on that number 37T car. He was up to him a couple laps ago, but kind of got sideways, and now he had to regroup. He's done that. He's within a half car length down the back straightaway. Where does he make his move? He looks to the inside right there, but nothing doing in turns 3 and 4.
And right in behind them, we've got another good battle on the racetrack. The 7D of Dylan Washburn is challenging Pete Pierce in the 21, and he gets onto the apron. Wow.
Yeah, the 14 just ran over the rumbly dumblies down there in turn number 1. Somehow hung onto it and makes the pass on Kevin Travels. Travels now traveling back in the field. He moves back to 4th after starting up there on the front row.
Textbook pass right there by Fleming over Travels. Travels now back to the 4th spot. Fleming moves into the top 3 as the pack is still led single file by a margin of quite a bit. Nick Halen, your race leader.
Yeah, that margin is up to 3.2 seconds. The 7 car has a full straightaway lead now over the 5S of Pete Soto. But I don't think the battle for second's quite over yet. That time by, Fleming was a 10th faster than Pete Soto. He's tracking him down for second.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that battle. The 16 of Sable, the 8 of Keith Clement. That's a pretty good battle on the racetrack as well. We've knocked off 14 laps. We're approaching 20 to go here at the All-American Speedway tonight with the Legends.
Yep, the Legend car is doing a great job out here right now, keeping it nice and clean. And Nick Halen putting on a fantastic performance. He's coming up on the slower car. That's the 68 of David Rank. Rank will probably see him coming up behind him, move out of his way with no problems there. The best battle on the racetrack is the one for about, looks like the 7th spot between, make that 6 between Sable, Washburn, and the 8 of Clement.
Yeah, and looks like that 16 car, Scott Sable, is starting to come to life here in the midpoint of this race. He's knocking them down one by one. Oh, look at that crossover move, Chase Rodman.
Yep, the 21 car. Pete Pierce coming right back underneath Scott Sable right there, but Sable around the outside in turns 3 and 4. He's got that 6th spot away. Actually, that's the 5th spot right there the 16 car just grabbed.
Pete Pierce, Scott Sable, what a battle on the racetrack this is, as our race leader, Nick Halen, is checked out on the field, rolling down on a Sunday drive on cruise control.
I think I just heard the cap come off the Sharpie that's going to write his name on the check. Nick Halen is absolutely gone. Last time by 4.4 seconds the lead. I think it was 2 laps ago. It was already at 3.2. Now it's at 4.4.
Nothing is slowing down Nick Halen right now, not even the lap traffic, as we're about 16 to go in this 35-lapper. Legend racing action on the track right now. Good battle coming out of turn number 2 there between the 21 of Pierce and the 7 of Washburn. Those guys have been back and forth all night long. Keith Clement is right there as well, as out of turn 4, Nick Halen checks it over to the inside. He's going to put that 6th place car, Pete Pierce, down by 1 lap. He's on the move. Now that battle continuing to rage out of turn 4 as Washburn gets to the inside of Pierce. Following suit, Keith Clement in that 8 machine as well. That battle coming your way, Chase, right out of turn 2. Wow, just back and forth. This is a fantastic battle, and it's going on in the back of the pack. Pete Pierce, Dylan Washburn, Keith Clement, just all back and forth, and that is some serious parity between those 3 drivers in the back in that battle.
Yep, I thought that the 14 car there, Nate, of Josh Fleming was going to track down Pete Soto, but now they've kind of stabilized. They're both running in the 15-7-second bracket and not really gaining or losing ground on each other. So the top 3 positions, I would say, are pretty solidified as far as this race goes. Still coming around this time 10 more times around the Speedway, but those top 3 positions are pretty locked up right now.
Yeah, absolutely. More particularly, that number 1 spot to Nick Halen right now. He is pretty much consistently about 2 to 3 tenths quicker than the rest of the field. You know, usually when a driver has this big of a race lead, they tend to back it off a little bit. Not Nick Halen. He is hammered down hard racing.
Yep, Nick Halen does not care what's going on behind him. He's going to pick off as many lap cars as he can. He's almost going to lap up to the top 5 by the end of this thing. 5th spot right now is Scott Sable, who is about a straightaway ahead of him, so I don't think Halen's going to get there in time. He's still got 8 laps to go. So Nick Halen once again putting up a torrent pace right now as he works to the back bumper of Pete Pierce.
Yeah, and another nice battle out on the track right now. The number 16 Sable, the number 37, the 70 Dylan Washburn. That's coming your way out of turn 4. As we are 7 to go, going to be 6 at the line next time by for the race leader, Nick Halen.
Yep, Nick Halen absolutely destroyed the field here tonight. If he can make it by 6 more times as he goes down the bottom side of the racetrack and turns 1 and 2 to the inside of Keith Clement, puts him 1 lap down. That's the 6th, or make that the 7th place car on the racetrack. So Nick Halen nearly has lapped up to half the field here.
Yeah, they are clicking them off one by one. Quick pace being set by your race leader, Nick Halen, as the field has scattered out, rolling around on a beautiful night here at the All-American Speedway, Roseville, California. One of my favorite asphalt tracks to go to.
100% agree with that one. The 37T, Kevin Travels, locked the brakes up right there, entering turn 1. Travels battling with Scott Sable for the 4th spot. Sable, late in this race, has come to life. We talked about him earlier. He's moved up to P4 now, but I don't think he's going to get there in time for the top 3.
Yeah, I think he's just probably going to run out of time now as the leader making his way around. 32 laps in, 35-lap main event. Nick Halen is just blasting them right now.
7.5 second lead, Nate, that last time by. There is no hope for the rest of these guys as Halen now makes it by Dylan Washburn to make it up to 5 cars are left on the lead lap, and Halen coming by this time by for 1 lap to go. The white flag's coming out from our starter, Kenny Newberry.
Yeah, Nick Halen coming down onto the clampers into turn 1, rolls to center, back on the loud pedal, up off to the backstretch, into turn 3. The white flag still hanging, but the checkered flag is coming. And here he is, Nick Halen. Stripes it and takes the checkered flag. He's going to go home with a trophy, Chase.
100% going home with a trophy here tonight. And Steven mentioned it earlier, the only sponsor on that car is his own wallet. And tonight he's going to like that. He gets a little bit of a payday there as he absolutely waxes the field here tonight in the Legends class. Second spot was Pete Soto. Third was Josh Fleming. Scott Sable fourth. And in fifth, the 37T Kevin Travels.